We camped out in Shelby for about 4 days because the municipal park there was really affordable and really great, but it is time to move on. Temperatures are getting into the triple digits and we've got to get out of this part of the country. So we're headed east to Theodore Roosevelt National Park. The one thing about Montana that was as good or better as I thought it would be was the sunsets. I spent quite a few nights and saw quite a few gorgeous, stunning, breathtaking sunsets. I am on what's called the High Line, which is Route 2, and my atlas claims it's a scenic route, but the scenery is farms. Lots and lots of farms. We just entered the park and are on the side of the road, if you can't tell. Today we're just gonna go nice and slow, definitely not going on any hikes, just a couple of scenic drives that go through the park. We're in the North Unit right now, if you're familiar with Teddy Roosevelt National Park. And we're gonna drive, there's a scenic loop that goes from 85 and then back on, and then we're gonna go south and spend the night in Medora. Thankfully, we will be able to plug in the air conditioner when we get to our campsite later today. So it is approximately 1,000,000 degrees out here, but there's a good breeze going, so it's not too horrible. Okay, we just went to check out Oxbow Overlook, and although it's like the largest overlook, I actually liked Riverbend a little bit better. It took us about 2 hours to get here. The views along the road to get here were also really gorgeous, and it's very lush and green right now, which is interesting. You don't think of the Badlands as being like that. Well, we have the first popped hood of the trip. I went to leave for our hike this morning and we got nothing on the dash, so I think it's a dead battery. Hi, hello, it's me. I don't know if you can hear that, but the bus is up and running. It was not the battery or the alternator. Seems to be okay for now. I'm not going to ignore it for long, but you simply can't keep me away from a petrified forest. This is a word to the wise to always pick up a map of the place that you're visiting, because as I was perusing the map last night, I saw these two little spots that are marked as petrified forest land. I'm super excited. It's definitely something that's been on my bucket list. Obviously Mochi's excited. She's raring to go. She's been super spunky this morning, like playing with me and running around. I think she's felt a little cooped up having to stay in the air conditioning. So let's go! We're hiking! It's another bandana day for me and Mochi. It is so hard to keep this one on track, but if I stopped to let her spend as much time as she wanted at each sniff spot, we'd be here all day. We'd never get to see the petrified forest. We haven't hiked very far, but I figured I would take advantage of this nice little spot, give Mochi a little water, and the earth here is really, really cool. It's like solid clay. Look at this cute little mushroom rock. This little ledge is not quite big enough for me to get under, but Mochi is quite content back there. Do you think this is a log? Like that shelf over there we were just getting shade under? They're kind of oblong though. They've been like flattened. Okay, this is for sure the biggest piece so far. Look at that mamma jamma. There are all these little spots on the ground where the baby trees used to be. I want to drive the scenic route in the south unit today too, so we're gonna head back before we get too tired. I'm in a bison jam. There's actually people like, you know, just parked their cars on the road because these guys are not moving anytime soon. I waited in the bison jam for 15 to 20 minutes and absolutely nothing was happening. I, as per usual, am very low on gas, and Mochi is hot and tired. She started panting, which got me a little more nervous. So I made the executive decision to drive through the bison jam. By the time I did that, there was probably 40 or 50 cars piled up on each side, coming from both directions. So I went for it. Bison are prey animals, so they're naturally more timid and skittish than a bear or some other carnivore or predator. So the worst thing I've seen them do is false charge at a car, like trying to stand their ground and scare the car away, I suppose. We are going to head back to our campground and just chill out. Get some more AC because it's going to be another triple-digit day tomorrow. Yeehaw! I put my flower wheel cover on. I don't have it on all the time because it's a little loose, but it's giving me a little sunshine this morning. It's quite early. I am headed to the mechanic in Jamestown, North Dakota. Really grateful that they could fit me in next day. So I'm booking over there first thing. Someone please explain to me why less than 24 hours after leaving the mechanic, my blinker goes out. I think Calcifer and I are feeling very similarly at the halfway point of this trip. Just a little bit ragged and run down, and I'm hoping that coming out of the heat wave and heading back north is gonna give us a little bit of rejuvenation and reprieve and youthfulness. For those of you who are following the saga of the mechanic, the bolt on the ground for my battery was totally stripped. So that was the easiest fix for the potential power issue I was having, and if it starts happening again, we will go from there.